Alright, Daniel Bryan going into WWE Payback is going to have one hell of a decision on his mind. We've seen this play out where basically WWE said that Daniel Bryan had to have surgery and that a decision was going to be made on Monday. On Monday, that decision was made with Daniel Bryan telling Stephanie McMahon, no! 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 He was not going to be giving up a WWE Championship. He'd worked too hard to get what was his. And, even though he wasn't going to be able to defend it, he was going to hold on to it, and he was going to keep it on his own. Stephanie McMahon she is not the lady you want to be telling no to, no matter what is going on in the situation. Stephanie McMahon, whatever she wants, has always been handed to her, from Vince, from Linda, from the servants, from Triple H, from Pepe the Poodle. I hope that was the damn dog's name. Anybody remember the lead up to WrestleMania 18? When they were getting divorced? What the hell was the name of the damn dog? I think it was Pepe. And then I was like, what the fuck is Triple H doing with the dog named Pepe in the first place? Maybe it was Fifi. Triple H ain't having no poodle. I can tell you that. I think that damn dog got ran over. I'm remembering a lot of wrestling's bad moments right now. And I'm trying to talk about Daniel Bryan telling Stephanie McMahon no. Stephanie McMahon stepped up to the plate and she knocked her own home run. Basically, trying to make sure the WWE Championship was going to be in some sort of play at Payback. She gave Daniel Bryan one last chance to change his mind about handing over the championship. Basically, she said he had until Payback to make up his mind, and that if he didn't hand over that championship, some things were going to start happening to Daniel Bryan. Like maybe his wife, Brie, would lose her job. She would be fired, as the McMahons like to put it. Basically, Daniel Bryan went into the Raw post-show, whatever it's called, the Raw wrap-up, or whatever they call it, I can't remember, after the bell, it's something like that, and basically had an interview with Renee Young and said that maybe he was going to have to step up to the plate and give Stephanie McMahon the championship because the right thing had to be done. Daniel Bryan has accomplished what a lot of wrestlers who come into the WWE, hell, would get into independent wrestling rings, have always wanted to do. No one sitting at home saying, I want to be a pro wrestler, and I want to be, I'll mention him for the second time on the road to Payback, the Brooklyn Brawler. Nobody wants to be the guy who just shows up and loses every match. Everyone says, I want to be Hulk Hogan. I want to be Stone Cold Steve Austin. I want to be The Rock. I want to be Daniel Bryan. I want to be the champion. I want to be the guy on the ticket that everyone is paying to see. Whether if you want to see this person win, if you want to see this person lose, I am the reason why pay-per-view buy rates go up, why they go down, and why everything is based around me. Daniel Bryan won the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania 30. Hell, even just take the 30 away. You know, the way they book WrestleMania, the way they plan it out is to have every WrestleMania better than the last one. Where they always raise the bar. Sometimes they fall on their face. Sometimes they step up to the plate and they knock one out of the park. In my mind, WrestleMania 30 was one of the best wrestling trips that I had ever been on. Watching the show, it was probably one of the best WrestleMania shows that I've ever seen. Not only live, but in person. I have not been able to check out the Blu-ray. I have not been able to watch this back. I've only seen certain moments on YouTube. I haven't really seen the full HD experience to see how this really plays back and how it's going to hold up over time. WrestleMania 26, as of right now, is my favorite WrestleMania. It's the one that I pop in the most. There's a lot of sentimental reasons, but to a lot of people out there, WrestleMania 30 was one of the best WrestleManias of all time. And Daniel Bryan not only opened the show by beating Triple H, the chairman of it, well, he's not the chairman, whatever the fuck his name is, the CFO, CEO, whatever they're calling him these days. He beat the game. My favorite wrestler of all time. I know that Triple H doesn't have the best record at WrestleMania, but every time that he's put somebody over at WrestleMania, it's gone on to bigger and better things for those people. He knows that, you know, people like to say that he politicked his way up into the position he's in, that he wouldn't have it if it wasn't for Stephanie McMahon. But basically, Triple H, honestly, is one of the best wrestlers that there's ever been in WWE. He puts together some of the best matches. For the longest period of time, he was the reason why I was ordering pay-per-views, knowing I was going to get my money's worth out of it. Triple H is the man. Daniel Bryan beat him, and then only went on to beat his two guys in Batista and Randy Orton to become the World Heavyweight Champion. He did what everyone said couldn't be done. He achieved his dream, but on the same time, he came into wrestling and he fell in love with Brie Bella. Nobody gets into wrestling not wanting to become the champion, like I said. Brie Bella has been the Divas champion. She's on the roster. She has a huge show in Total Divas, following her around 24 hours a day, putting together the best hour-long TV they can for E! Entertainment. If she was to lose her job, no, put the fucking quotes up there. I know you're not idiots. She's not going to lose her job. She might get fired, but she'll still be on Total Divas. She'll still be in the WWE. She'll pop back up somewhere along the way. But, you know, if she was to lose her job, Daniel Bryan, I'll put the whole fucking video. I'll just keep doing the damn quotes, because the whole thing's in kayfabe. Daniel Bryan, as a man, as a husband, as his character, cannot take his dream away from his wife. I am going to hate it. I know you guys have read the rumors as well as I've read the rumors, whether Money in the Bank is not going to be the Money in the Bank briefcase and they're just going to hang the fucking title up there and have a 6-way ladder match. That's fucking retarded. That's not Money in the Bank. I know that you can save it. You put your 6 best competitors in the Money in the Bank match, and then you put 6 of the top mid-carders and actually have a Money in the Bank briefcase. And maybe that'll save it. Then you have 2 matches, you have 12 guys, you're fucked on the rest of your undercard. But that's just me. But Daniel Bryan, to me, I don't know if maybe you turn Brie against him. I think that wrestling, you know, marriages have done horribly when they've been used in angles. Deborah McMichael and Stephen McMichael ended up in divorce. When you look at Chris Benoit, Woman, and Kevin Sullivan and the love triangle that played out in WCW, Sullivan pretty much booked his own divorce by trying to make it so kayfabe that Woman was always hanging out with Benoit that they really fell in love and they ended up getting married, and we all knows where that went from there. But, you know, Deborah McMichael and Stone Cold Steve Austin. I know that when they broke up and they got their divorce, they weren't on TV anymore, but you can sort of throw them in there. Almost like everyone that's ever had an MTV reality show has ended up getting divorced based off of that, from starting with Jessica Simpson and Nick Lachey and all of them. I did not think that I would ever be mentioning Nick Lachey in a wrestling match, or in a wrestling video, even though I used to love that show. I loved it. Newlyweds was awesome. I have it on DVD. Don't tell nobody about that either. But basically, I think that Daniel Bryan is going to wuss out. I think that he's not going to want to take his women's dream away. I think that he is going to go in there. He is going to hand over the championship. I think that some tears will be cried. And I think it sucks. But basically, with his neck surgery, I don't think he's going to be back as soon as they want him to be back. And I think that they're going to try and find a new interim champion. And then hopefully Daniel Bryan will come back from his neck surgery, be 100%, become the #1 contender, and win the title again. And then you're going to hope that maybe what would be his 4th reign as WWE Championship will be that good to support the other 3 that he's had in the past. To me, WrestleMania 30 will always be capped off with the memory of Daniel Bryan winning the championship. Never have I ever gone to his show to see one thing as to see Daniel Bryan beat Triple H and to see Daniel Bryan beat Orton and Batista become the championship. I know that I went to SummerSlam. I was really hoping to see Bryan beat Cena. I went to the Rumble last year, really hoping to see The Rock win the championship. But never have I ever been able to hang a whole trip somewhere on one event happening in a wrestling show to save that. If that didn't happen, I still would have had a ton of fun on that trip. I know that it was a big-time bummer for a lot of people that Undertaker lost at WrestleMania. If Daniel Bryan wouldn't have been able to get it done and maybe Batista walked out as the champion, I know there was a lot of close falls in there where a lot of people thought Batista was really going to win the championship there. I fell for almost all of them. But WrestleMania as a show would not have stood up if it wasn't for Daniel Bryan. It is a special time and place. I think that's the one reason why he's been the champion so long, as they try to figure out what's going on with him in the neck. But it just sucks shitty things happen to good people all the time. And Daniel Bryan being forced in this situation to have neck surgery while on his run as his first real run as WWE Champion sucks. We're going to hope we get the train back on the tracks. Maybe Bryan's going to go in there, and maybe he's going to, doing the flying goat and hitting Stephanie McMahon right there in the middle of the ring with a diving headbutt. I'm not sure. But I really see him sort of having a cry moment, handing the belt over, getting better, and coming back as soon as he can to win the WWE Championship one more time.